Thank you, everyone, for making the summit truly powerful and amazing. Paulina Sosa could not be here today. She had a commitment, but she submitted her survivor story that also has a great deal of hope in it. Her talk is called More Than a Survivor. It's a little over 10 minutes. Paulina is the founder and CEO of Latinx Voces, a social enterprise aimed at celebrating, showcasing, and amplifying Latinx voices, stories, and cultures. She is also the founder and chair of the Health Branch, the Latinx Task Force, a national coalition of local, state, and national organizations and agencies focusing on addressing health and economic disparities in Latinx communities during and beyond COVID. So please practice self-care during your lunch break. And if you can, please listen to her story.
Hi, my name is Paulina Sosa, and I am a survivor. So, the incident happened back in high school with my very first boyfriend, and he said that we were gonna do a family lunch with his parents, and I believed him. And we got to their house, and there was no one there. And you can imagine he took advantage of the situation. And in that situation, I was completely helpless and confused and broken. After that day, he threatened if I tried to report him, and he threatened if I tried to leave him. So the helplessness continued for another 3 months. And even in that, he still said things to people in our circles, and just it pushed me to the point where I didn't even care about the threat. I broke it off with him, and I tried reporting, but as some of us may know, the system wasn't necessarily friendly to victims 15, 20 years ago. Arguably, it's still not that much better now. So, not much happened in the form of restitution or justice. And unfortunately, the fear and the brokenness that I was left with from that incident and that situation broke me for the rest of my life. And I didn't even know it at the time. But moving forward, I felt unlovable, I felt worthless, and I felt that there was nothing of real substance that I had to offer to a relationship. So every relationship I went in, I believed that they only wanted me for one thing. And that fed into this broken cycle of me believing that that was all I was worth. Physical satisfaction. That was it. And there was nothing I could do about it. And yes, at the time I was a believer as well, but I didn't talk to God about this. I didn't talk to many people about it because I was so filled with shame. I believed that it was my fault. And I believed that for most of my adult life. Until God reached down, as He does, and saved me. And I remember that week very well. I was in a relationship, another relationship, and there was some issues we were having, and I had a dark week. I was depressed. I didn't go to work. I didn't go to class. I didn't care about anything. And it was in that dark moment that God reached down and said, come find me. And I didn't have a church at the time, but fast forward, he led me to Grace Community Church, and I'm so grateful he did, because at Grace, I found an amazing women's community, an amazing women's Bible study, and an amazing woman mentor. And that, coupled with the therapy that I went back to for my severe anxiety and OCD, helped me find my way back to wholeness. And I remember distinctly, we took a Bible study called Breaking Free. And if anyone of you has taken it, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't taken it, I highly recommend it, because breaking free helped me realize that I was married to my chains. The chains of that incident, the chains of my past, the chains of pain and shame and guilt, the chains of anxiety, the chains of addiction, the chains of my past, the chains of feeling unwhole and of feeling unworthy. That was how I identified myself. And this study helped me realize we are daughters of God. Helped me realize that I am worth more than my past. I am worth more than those chains to my pain. I am worth more than even that voice in my head that says, you are not enough. I am a daughter of God. And when I started to really believe that, and when I started to slowly let God in and let go of the grip I had on those chains, God worked amazingly in my heart to restore me, to free me from the shackles, and to bring me back to this place of wholeness, this place where I didn't need to be in a relationship or a physical something with a guy. I was at a place where I could be by myself and be totally happy with the relationship I had with my God. And that was the turning point. Then the pandemic hit, and you know what? My relationship with God stayed there. That was my foundation. And through the pandemic, God continued to build me up, and he led me to start a business. He led me to finishing my doctorate. He led me to find this amazing man who is now my husband, this amazing man that I had been praying for all along, and was able to bring us together at a time where we were both freed from our past. Because yes, we are survivors, but we were meant to thrive in this life, not to just merely survive, but to thrive and to live in the fullness that God has called us to. But we can't do that until we let go of the hold and of the grip we have on that pain. So I ask you right now, if you are still holding on to that grip, the grip to unforgiveness, to shame, to pain, to anxiety, to addiction, God is only asking us to do one thing right now. Slowly release the grip and let God come in to what was once there, to the pain that was once there. Let him fill that with healing. To the shame that was once there, let him fill that with worthiness. To the anxiety that was once there, let him fill that with peace. Let him fill you with love, because that was the only real way I was able to heal from an incident that happened to me 17 plus years ago. That incident dictated who I was and the woman I was in my present day. But no longer does it have that hold on me, because as God says, that is your past. Let me do a new thing in you. And I ask that if right now you are holding on and you're holding on to that grip and you don't want to let go because that is all you know, slowly release your grip on it and let God come in and fill you with the peace, with the love, and with the healing that He has given me. Because I can tell you right now, there is no therapy, there is no quick solution that'll give you the peace that only God can. And I am so grateful because God led me to find this group and this community to know that I am not alone, but also know that He is with me. And we don't have to walk this alone, ladies. We don't have to walk this journey of healing alone. So I invite you to join me in releasing the grip of those chains and letting God come in to heal you and to put you on solid ground. I am so grateful for the healing that God has given me that I never thought I would find this freedom. And I am so grateful because now I can live my life in freedom. And there is so much joy in that. I'm grateful for this community. I'm grateful to have had the opportunity to share my story very quickly with you. And I'm thankful to Karen and her team for allowing me to speak. Of course, I'm available for any questions, but I hope that this journey of healing, my story of healing, gives some hope to those that are looking for hope. You're not alone, and just know that we are in this together. It is with a grateful heart that I say thank you, and see you soon, I hope.
Ways that you would take my pain away. You would take my pain away.